Oh, hello. How's it going? I guess you guys are ready. Hey, Brandon. How's it going? So you're gonna hear my family in the background. They're home. I am theoretically on vacation, or it's a holiday, right? Results. Yeah, it's coming. So today I'll be doodling on this for the warm-up while we do the whole round 3 shenanigans and so on. Hey, Gria. Oh man, 13 on a Friday. You know, that means luck. Doesn't mean bad luck. I'm good. I'm good. Happy holidays. All right. So, what should we do? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll just switch it off. Not care. Go to bed. I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. What should we do? My birthday was good. Kirill, how's it going? Holidays? What holidays? All right. So let's go. Let's do. I've done this time around, right? But now you'll see who's won and lost there in a gallery, and the information is also on the forums. So while I do my warm up, you can enjoy spotting your winning entry or not. While I doodle on this lady. I'm trying to create this really clean look. So you obviously you can see, you can spot where you are. You can hurrah hurrah, hey hey hey. So I think hopefully it's all in order, numeric order from start to finish. Hopefully there's no mistakes there. Should be all good. I think this time around you guys did amazing entries. Iglesias, I'm showing the results now, and for those who can't wait, it's on the forum as well. And Zealind, I posted also the new pairings, but we're going to get to that point as well. So if you're very impatient, you can run ahead. It's posted on the forum, or enjoy the ride. I will get to it, right? But if you're super eager, you can go cheat and go look at it already. If you're like, screw this, I'm not gonna be a slave to the suspense. You're not the boss of me, Dad. But yeah, so you'll. This was such an intense judging of Snivels and what was it, Mayo? Crazy. That was a crazy one. I didn't want any of those two to lose. It's amazing art. I think best of round 2 for sure. Yeah, so now this is Grace rounds. As you can see, congrats to those who won. I think soon it's the end, and then we will do the next topic, and I'll go through the pairings as well. I will set up the command too for round 3 and round 2 as soon as this is all done. Booker, you would be surprised how hard you would work, and the quality of the images just increases dramatically. I think this is the last one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the last one, Kilrathi and Bionic Sonic. Yeah, there we go. We looped. All right, so for round 3, it's a bit different. Slumpen, yeah, the posts already, they are posted. 1 second, I'll get to it. So the new round 3. Let's do it like this. One second, give me a second. We'll get to round 3. I need to do the Nightbot. Round 2. Whoa. 1 second. Sorry guys, 1 second, I need to do Nightbot. Okay, so now round 2, you'll get the results. You'll get the results and all the images and the feedback. And now for round 3. There shouldn't be any sound, I think. So this is round 3. Journey to another world. So we've gone heavy last round, right? And this time around, it's about there's a limitation. There's a rule to round 3 topic, which is not dark or heavy. The video, sure, it could be a part of the inspiration, but it's more of like direction. So the idea is it's a journey to another world. Could be before you go to the journey, or while journeying, or you arrived. But it's going to a bit lighter theme, right? Rather than heavy and dark, because we've done darkness. Yeah, some color, ideally. And here you'll see the new pairings. So if you go the journey to another world, and all the pairings are here. It's a short list now. It's getting close to the final. And here's all the grace rounds. I think it should all make sense. I need to double check the grace round stuff, but it should be correct. I made one mistake which made me worry. I corrected the mistake, but I'm hoping that there's not another mistake there. So for those who want to go round 3 now, you can go here. Oh, the guest judge, I need to remove that. Because he's not guest judging anymore. So as you can see, the limitations is can't be dark or heavy, in the sense of heavy, you know, like mood, heavy mood, like last round. So if you spot any mistakes and so on, let me know. I'll try to correct it as soon as possible. But I try to limit all the mistakes. So that should be all good. And I will adjust this a little bit and add that video as a. But this should itself be self-explanatory, right? It's bright. It's like adventure or a journey to another world, however you might want to take it. So round 3, I will change this too. So there's round 2, round 3. There we go. So that's that. So round 3 is announced. The pairings are there. You just write apostrophe round 3, and you'll get it. I will just do one thing here. There we go. Update information. That should be all, I think. Yeah, no heavy dark things. It's got to be light and lovely, right? It's a challenge of itself. Because a lot of people who not necessarily are dark and heavy went with dark and heavy on round 2. And so now, to equalize the tilt, we're going to the other end, bright and happy. And that's cool, Slimpen. I mean, you could do bright and heavy, bright and lovely with pencil too. I mean, just because it can't be moody or dark. I mean, dark and heavy. I mean, you can still do a light drawing thematically with pencil. It doesn't need to be doom and gloom just because it's black and white. I mean, I could easily make a black and white drawing that looks happy or not dark and heavy. Gria. Well, yeah, almost. But of course, it won't count now. You gotta do a new one. How many go on to round 3? My calculations is it's 12 people, right? Or 12 pairings. Nine, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 pairings. So 24 people are now in round 3. So people winning here will be 12. 12 people will win. And after that, it's the finale of 6 people. It's going to be 6 people finale where 3 will win awards, or three of those 6 will win things. So we are what, semifinal? No, this is before semifinal. After this one, round 3, round 4. Round 4 will be semifinal, and then final. Intense, intense. Quarterfinals. There we go. That's what it's called. Can I ask about how can I color my black and white paint? Hunved? Hunved? Do you mean digitally? How to put color on top of grayscale? Is that what you mean? It's many different ways to do it. The biggest thing you should keep in mind when you do that color in grayscale is to remember that colors need a value in order for them to have a certain degree of saturation. For example, red have a hard time being red unless there's value underneath it to support the richness. Otherwise, it easily goes to pink. Because, like, if I would make a new layer, set it to color, take red, and go across, you know, a lot of it goes to pink because the underlying value is bright, right? And you can see where it starts to turn really red when it has a value to bite on. But you look here, right, and it's at the top of the value range. It's by white, so why shouldn't red work? It's because it has to cheat in a way to make it work. But you can still paint with that red, right? So you can paint with the red, but if we look at the grayscale value of it, you see, even though the red is high up in the color, the square, when we pick and paint with it, Photoshop simulates it, because it's not really like on the right side. It adds value. It's over here where there's more white, and you can see if we when we move that the numbers in the square change. Slupun, have a good one. Oh, you really branded. That's cool. So when you color your grayscale, you can use different means of doing that, right? By using color layer, which color layer is disregarding value altogether. It's only the hue that you paint with. But when you paint in grayscale, usually what happens is that you don't take example of that red, right? You don't paint with red in mind, that this jacket's going to be red, so I need to darken the local value of the jacket, right? So what you're doing is just generically making everything with a light pass, disregarding the material often. So here, for example, this square, if you would do, or square, if we would do two circles, spheres, right? So we render the light. But now what I'm doing is that I'm not taking into consideration if this is green or red or blue or multicolored or all these things, right? I'm just thinking about the volume, and that's usually the reason why you do black and white first, is to nail the light, where how it interacts with form, right? And also we try to take material in consideration, right? So let's take that second sphere, and I'm going to render it like it's glass, right? Because I don't care about the color of it. I want the light correct, interacting with the material, right? But here there's no color whatsoever. I'm not making decisions based on like the intensity of the value is not based on what color it is, but it's going to be what material it is and the direction of the light source. Sorry, Spruvast, are you sure? I thought I removed it all. There should be no song. It should be word. And where do you see there's a song? Look. I can't. Oh, there we go. Cheers. I thought I removed all the things. Thank you. Thank you for spotting that. Mistake corrected. Buka, yeah. Right, so we're doing the value, right? But let's add color to this. So this sphere, let's say I want to make it, it has to be a dark red. So then you could consider, okay, how do I want to impact the local value, the generic gray, to act like a dark red? So maybe if I would do color only, and I will like, oh, I want it to be very intense red. So let's see how well the value, let's see how the value range, what the value range goes. We can see it goes milky, right? Because the underlying gray is not dark enough for it to support to go really dark and red, right? So then you can go, okay, let's make another layer then, because I want to make it darker and richer. So maybe we do an overlay and then choose a darker red, because I need to push the value down. But you can see, because overlay dodges value, it burns value up. Maybe that's not the right thing to do. So what if we put that overlay underneath the color, which means that the overlay now dodges the value, the base value, and then you add color on top. And you see that the halo, like the light part now, is richer because the local value is lower. and maybe that's really not the end result you want. So maybe you make another layer on top and use color dodge, and color dodge operates in mid-range, saturation mid-range the best. So then you can experiment there and go, okay, is this the result I want? Because you're not painting with color from the beginning, and you're disregarding the value adjustment of the color due to the saturation. If you want really rich saturated colors, you need to go down in value, but you never consider that when you're painting grayscale. So same goes for this one, right? The glass. So let's say we want to color the glass, and the glass is a dirty bottle, right? So that kind of works, right? Because glass and the value and green doesn't need that richness like red does in order for it to be super juicy. Because green is higher up on the in value in the richness, while red is a dark color which requires a lot more darker value to be rich. So, and then there's many different ways to make things more elaborate. One of the problems with coloring grayscale is the kind of uniformity of the color. That is a one clean gradient, because you're not adding hue variation in the in-betweens, right? So let's, for example, force the in-between now. One way to do it is, my favorite way is using color range and a correction layer. because of the fact that I can adjust it now as I want to visually see the changes. But you can also paint it. You can use gradient maps. You can manually go in and add variation, which you always should do. And one suggestion I recommend you do is never finish the grayscale fully 100%. Always leave range for improvement, for adjustments, for tightening, for hue variations, for things that doesn't work with your grayscale. So if you spend lots of time making super tight grayscale and then add color on it and it just becomes stiff and dead, usually what that means is that you've taken the grayscale too far and you can't adjust with the color on top, so without losing work, right? So what you should do is leave a little bit, at least as more of a painter's approach, leave a little bit of the road left to travel when you add color, so that when you add color you adjust and you tighten and you make all these subtleties to make it rich. Because otherwise there's a huge chance of you getting very boring colors. And you can see that in a lot of people who color their grayscale, like in skin tones particularly, it looks like they're made out of rubber or singular tone. And if you look at my face, there's gray, there's blue, there's purple, there's red, there's orange, there's green. You would never do that if you paint on top of grayscale, unless you're actively conscious about it and then forcing the hue variation in there. Captain Boss. My balls are the best in town. All the boys come for my yard balls. Or how's that song? How's that song? I don't remember. So now, for example, a color layer, and now I'm manually adding variation into grayscale. And because there's a value difference, there's a hue difference, but no value difference. You can see that. Like this ball, for example, shouldn't, in theory, change too much now, unless except the paint adjustments I did. Like this green ball is not changing. The hue variation, because it's just the color, it doesn't adjust the value, is not changing. But here I went in and added variations. I added value variation, color variation with my brush. And then here I'm adding a corona, blue around the corona on the glass. But it was set to color, so the value didn't change. But if we do the same now, grayscale, the wash, the hue variation, which is set to color, which you can see the changes in the gradient. And then here the color variations. You see how I sampled quite closely the default gray value, but with color on top, consciously with my mind. And then here's the corona in the light change. And it doesn't travel too far. But with the red, we've had to do significant changes because the red itself needs that juice to get juicy. So I think that didn't turn into a warm-up, but a warm-up lecture. And then, like those basics, then consider a character, like skin tones. In my case, beard. This glove versus the skin. What would the value paint be? Like a lot of the value differences here is not huge, but the value difference between, like if you look at the darkness here, the saturation there, and then my face and the saturation of that shadow, the darkness of my beard, and the cast shadow, you know, and the glove. All these subtleties you need to learn. Like you don't go really dark on skin, even when in grayscale, because as you can see, the shadow, like in my ear, compared to the glove, compared to the cast shadow on the earlobe. If I would have gone equally dark, like on the cast shadow from my glove to my ear here, it would not be skin anymore, right? It would be stone or wood or something that's harder, that doesn't transmit light and bounce light and have translucency. So those are the kind of things you got to keep in mind when you're doing grayscale as well. But like I said, you can't understand everything unless that's why I'm saying hold back a little bit on the grayscale until you add color, and then you're going to do some change. You're going to be forced to change the value when you add color, if the goal is to add color to the grayscale. All right, lecture. Okay, I'm gonna remove my teacher's hat. Let's raid someone. What's Tim Rammers doing? Oh, he's making Cheese World. Let's raid Tim Rammers. Hopefully the rant about those kind of things made sense. Good luck with round 3. It starts now. Round 3 is started already. Apostrophe round 3 for the next round. Apostrophe round 2 for the results. And good luck, everyone. Have a great Easter weekend. Baby, is it resurrection of Jesus? I don't know. I'm not religious. Anyways, even doesn't matter. Just enjoy life. Have a good one, everyone. Great round 2 entries. Crazy. And on Discord we gotta come up with the extra emotes. So let's talk. Toodles.